look at all the teams who haven't cared about the regular season over the years. And I'm looking at the Clippers, right? They hadn't really given a shit about the regular season all the years, and they flamed out many years. They had 1 year they went to the conference finals, and and that was great for them. But they really haven't had the run everybody thought. Look at them now. Ty Lue even said, like, we have to care about the regular season. Kawhi has not missed a lot of games. And when he has, it's been full on hip injury stuff that, he'd fall on his hip or something like that. They're right there in the West, and I think they're one of the favorites to come out of the Western Conference. To me, it's them in Denver if everybody's fully healthy. And I think that's the season matters. Jimmy Butler has come out and said the regular season doesn't matter. Kyrie Irving has come out and said the regular season it doesn't matter. Look at the standings today. Both their teams are in the play-in tournament. That's why you can't rest. You want to be able to rest the week before the playoffs and not have to play in the play-in tournament. And don't give me the thing of, well, the Heat went to the finals last year from the play-in tournament team. That's that was a fluke in that sense, because look at the way they're playing now, and they might do it, they might not, but like, that rest matters. Don't tell me the regular season doesn't matter. That's important, man. You want to be out of that play-in tournament, and I think that's a big thing there in that stuff. And I think the regular season matters, and I think we're seeing guys care more about it.
I think so, and I just want to like square the circle on this. And it's unfortunate to me that the avatars of load management discussion have been Kawhi Leonard and Joel Embiid. Because these are players like, Embiid is a massive human being who has had significant injury issue.
None of us can relate to being 7'1", 310 pounds. And look at how he moves. I mean,
and this is the guy who missed his first 2 years in the league because of it.
Right.
Like this is it. Like the fact that his career has even lasted this long is a testament, I think, to him being managed through this. And Kawhi is a guy for the last, basically last 5-ish years, like has had a legitimate like condition that really affects his ability to play multiple games in short spans of time. So it's like, these are like we've seen this in all sports. There are guys who can only go so often but they're good enough that you make it work. And the fact that these two guys have become the avatars for this practice we wish didn't exist, when these are the two guys for whom it is most appropriate, possibly in the entire league, I think has been unfortunate.
Let me ask you guys a question real quick about Kawhi, because I wonder if this perception with him, because it's become a Kawhi never plays, doesn't want to play, whatever you want to call it, doesn't care. When it really started as a degenerative condition, coming off the Zaza Pachulia, so the whole ankle situation. If Kawhi wasn't in San Antonio for that original stretch where he was missing games and he wanted out and there was all the drama around it, would we feel the same way about Kawhi? We would just maybe say, like we did with Brandon Roy, oh, well, you know what? That's just one of these guys. If he can play 55, 60 games, like, we're good. You get to the playoffs. I think it's a little bit of an unfair rep for missing games versus actually, like, he has a legitimate condition that he has to manage. It's almost like having a bad back. I mean, he's going to have good days and bad days. And I think that if he isn't in San Antonio with the mystery surrounding his injury that first season that he was going through all this, maybe it's not the same.
No, I don't agree. And I also think he has I think he is actually one of those dudes who I think he does do a lot of the I'm not playing tonight. The stories we have heard over the seasons with the Clippers is that, like, they didn't know a lot of times. And that's the organization themselves not knowing if he's coming in or not and playing tonight or whatnot. So, like, I give Embiid the doubt you guys are talking about. Kawhi does not get the benefit of the doubt for me on that, just from what we know over the past few years with his stint with the Clippers and the way things were going for a while. This season has been pleasantly surprising in the way he has gone about it. And here's the other thing, and this is the important thing I think that maybe even these organizations are missing and the sports science guys are missing a little bit. Part of it is conditioning your body to it. Sitting out a few nights and then going hard again may not be as good, as smart of a way of going about it in all of those things. I think there's a lot of questions in terms of the science. I think it's a little bit more to it than that. And I think this is the best he's looked.
Yeah, and especially these guys don't practice, right? Like they don't practice. So the games are how they stay in game shape, for a lot of them. I know that some guys do off-day cardio, but I do think that the games are super important.
Yeah, it just matters in terms of that and keeping yourself in shape. Like he's playing more games consecutively and he looks really good. Let's go look at the years he was load management. How good did he look in all of those games compared to now? It's not the same.
And speaking of body, like I think Embiid, if he didn't take it, I mean, he's in really good shape. I think Embiid is in really good condition. Obviously, the Shirley Temples don't come up anymore, right? With Joel Embiid. And if he wasn't in this kind of condition and he was getting a little bit of flack for being injured, I think maybe it's not as bad. But I'm with you. I just don't think anybody can relate to being that big and the beating that your body takes. I mean, I don't know. He's an incredible athlete. And I think part of that is he exposes himself to being banged up.